Hey guys, welcome to the channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil and it is time for another episode of University Challenge. I just checked out my very first episode of this series and I had a lot of fun. It's a straightforward, high-level quiz show and I love that. I like the pacing of it. I like the difficulty of it. I didn't get too many right, but I wasn't completely dumbfounded the entire episode, so I feel like it's a good level of challenge and test for me. And it was cool to see my father's alma mater competing. Unfortunately, they lost, but such is the nature of any competition. However, this episode features my mother's alma mater, University College London. At least I think that's who it features. The title just says UCL, and that's my guess as to what it stands for, University College London. Let's see. I'm excited to jump right into it. Won't you play along with me? The competition is St.Hilda's Oxford. I know Oxford's made up of a ton of colleges, but how many exactly? And what's St.Hilda's reputation amongst them? I mean, it's Oxford. They're all going to be incredibly smart, right?
Hello, we're about to meet two more teams who share the curious notion that trying to answer difficult questions under the judgmental glare of millions of taxpayers is something to be desired. With 41,000 students, UCL is second only to the Open University in the size of its student body. And the four playing on their behalf tonight have an average age of 22. Representing around 650 students and with an average age of 21, let's meet the St. Hilda
That's a much smaller college.
So fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. What common surname links the US authors of the following? The Rosy Crucifixion trilogy, published from 1949, the 2011 novel The Song of Achilles, and the playwright whose works include...
St. Hilda's Genii Show.
Miller.
Miller is correct, yes. First appearing in Plato's Timaeus, which legendary island was said to have been swallowed up by the sea following an earthquake?
It's got to be Atlantis. It's got to be Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Correct. In Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, what was the name of the flying island visited by Gulliver in his third voyage? Its inhabitants are mainly interested in mathematics, music and philosophy.
I only know Lilliput and Brobdingnag.
Vaguely philosophical.
I don't know.
It's Laputa. What island is the setting for the Thomas the Tank Engine books by the Reverend W. Awdry?
Pass.
It's Sodor.
Sodal? Seriously?
What five-lettered word can refer in biology to taxonomic groups such as Carnivora and...
Genus.
UCL Kiso.
No.
Order.
Order
correct,
is
yes.
correct, yeah.
What six-letter word can mean either to adhere or cling to, or alternatively to split
Cleave.
or sever?
Yes. Cleave.
Cleave is correct. Occupying an area of almost half the size of Wales and also known as Coqui Bolca, what is the largest lake in the Central American Isthmus? Its common name being that of the country in which
Nicaragua.
it is located.
UCL Fleming.
Nicaragua?
Nicaragua is correct. Who directed the 2020 film On the Rocks, which stars Bill Murray and Rashida Jones as a father and daughter investigating the suspicious behaviour of the daughter's
I've seen the
husband?
trailer. I don't know who's directed it.
Sophia Coppola.
Sophia Coppola is correct, yes. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you will see the
Maß für
title of
Maß.
a major work of English literature in its standard German translation. For 10 points, please give me the original
More
English
for
title.
more.
Measure for measure?
Measure for
Measure
is
for
correct.
measure. Okay. Measure. Mas. Of course, mas is more in Spanish.
Three more of Shakespeare's plays translated more or less literally into the language of the country in which they are principally set. Firstly,
The Taming of the Shrew.
Okay, so that's Italian.
Yeah.
it is The Taming of the Shrew, which is set in Padua. Secondly,
Okay,
What's
that's
set in Greece?
Which one's set in Greece again? Is that A Midsummer's Night's Dream?
correct, set in Athens. And finally,
Love's Labour's Lost.
Spanish.
In Spain.
Amor, love.
Love's Labour's Lost.
that's correct, yes, set in Navarre. Making up roughly 68% of the mass of the universe, What is the term for the theoretical substance believed
Dark
to be
matter.
accelerating the expansion of the universe?
Dark matter.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's dark energy.
Oh,
What galaxy is predicted to collide with the Milky Way in about 4 billion years?
Andromeda. Yeah. Andromeda.
Andromeda is correct. The Hubble Space Telescope has found faint signatures of what simple compound in the atmosphere of the exoplanets WASP 17b, 12b, and 19b?
water?
It'll be what? Water or methane?
Methane, ammonia, maybe.
Could be ammonia.
I'd say water. I'm going to say water.
Okay. Ammonia?
No, it's water, H2O. Published in 1934, what novel is divided into 3 parts entitled The Facts, The Evidence, and Hercule Poirot Sits Back and Thinks? The last chapter of the final part has the title Poirot Propounds 2 Solutions.
Murder on the Orient Express.
If that was a guess, it's correct, yes. In 1988, which Midlands club became the first to win all 4 professional English leagues? They were First Division champions 3 times in the 1950s.
Was that 1998?
Leeds United?
Blackburn.
No, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolves. League 2 winners in 2017. Which South Coast club were the 5th club to win all 4 league championships? They were First Division champions in 1949 and 1950.
Plymouth.
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth?
Okay. Portsmouth.
Portsmouth is correct, yes. Which philosopher, whose works are today commonly numbered with a system called Becker pagination, wrote the treatise On the Soul and had his ideas repopularized in Europe during the 13th century by St. Thomas Aquinas?
Not a clue.
St.Hilda's minute.
Aristotle.
Aristotle is correct. Ash from major volcanic eruptions is generally believed to have led to worldwide famines in 536 during the reign of which Byzantine emperor?
Could that be Justinian?
No.
Justinian?
Justinian I, or the Great, is correct. In 1815, which Indonesian volcano produced the most powerful eruption in recorded history?
No,
Causing the
Tambora.
following year to be
Tambora.
named the year without
It's
a
not
summer?
Krakatoa.
Krakatoa.
No,
Yeah.
Krakatoa's later.
Krakatoa.
No, it's Mount Tambora.
Yeah.
Krakatoa is much later. In 1991, ash from the eruption of Mount Pinatubo cooled the northern hemisphere by around 0.5 degrees Celsius. In which country
Philippines.
is Mount Pinatubo?
This was the Philippines.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
The Philippines.
Correct. For your music starter, you'll hear an excerpt from a piano concerto. For 10 points, name its composer.
I'm going to relax for these.
UCL Kiso.
Rachmaninoff.
It is Rachmaninoff, yes. Name the composer in each case, first from 1830.
Beethoven could be. 1830. Wait, no. I think he died, didn't he?
Chopin? Yeah, not a clue. I'm literally just throwing out names.
Mendelssohn?
No, that's Chopin.
Oh.
Secondly, from 1868.
Saint-Saëns.
It is Saint-Saëns. And finally, from 1921.
Okay, which one?
Prokofiev?
Shostakovich.
Again,
You
I'm just
write
throwing
down
out names.
Shostakovich?
No, it's Prokofiev.
How did I know that? How did I guess that? That's so weird.
Given a real valued function f, what name is given to a point where the derivative of f at that point is 0, and its second derivative is strictly less than 0?
Oh, my calculus is so rusty.
A maximum point.
No, it's a maximum. Bad luck. What is the supremum of the set of real values of the hyperbolic tan function?
1.
I think it's 1.
1 is correct. 10 points for the witch described in Robert Burns's poem Tam O'Shanter appears on the bow of the Cutty Sark in an example of what type of naval adornment? The same word also indicates a person who has a prominent position but no real
St.Hilda's
authority.
Janisha.
Figurehead.
A figurehead.
Figurehead is correct, yes. Which ode by Keats contains the line, "Thou wast not born for death, immortal bird"?
Ode to the
Nightingale.
Nightingale.
Or Raven.
No.
Nightingale. The
Raven was
Nightingale?
Poe.
Ode to a nightingale, yes. The name of what poisonous plant, here regarded as a sedative, appears in the second line?
Hemlock.
Nightshade.
Foxglove.
No, it's as of hemlock I had drunk. In the same poem, the line, "Full of the true, the blushful Hippocrene," alludes to a fountain on Mount Helicon, associated with what mythological group?
That's, I think, the Muses. The Muses of the
Yeah, the
Helicon.
Muses are on the
Hagrid would be
Helicon.
like-
Yeah.
The Muses is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this.
Thank you, Neil Gaiman.
Name the state of Australia that contains none of the following cities: Gold Coast, Hobart, Bunbury, Adelaide, Bendigo, Perth, Ballarat, Melbourne and Brisbane.
New South
St.
Wales.
Hilda's pal.
Queensland.
No.
No.
New South Wales.
We're on to Buzz from...
UCL Fleming.
Victoria.
No, it's New South Wales. Firstly, the ruined abbeys of Melrose, Jedburgh and Kelso are linked by a long-distance footpath in which Scottish council area?
Dumbartonshire.
No, it's Scottish borders. A coast-to-coast path from Helensburgh to Dunbar is named after which pioneering conservationist, a founder of America's national parks?
Muir.
I mean, Teddy Roosevelt
Muir.
helped to found
John
them,
Muir.
but It seems improbable.
Founder, but
Teddy Roosevelt.
No, it's John Muir. What geological feature gives its name to a long-distance path from Fort William to Inverness?
Geological feature. Could that be the Grampians?
Yeah, I mean,
I think
the
they're
Grampians are in Scotland, so...
I like his Grampians
Grampians?
answer.
No, it's the Great Glen. For your picture starter, you're going to see a still from a television series first seen in 2020. For 10 points, name the eponymous main character pictured in the still.
I don't recognize that, I don't think.
UCL Traeger.
Nurse Ratchet.
Yes, it's Nurse Ratched with a D, but as I was kind to St. Hilda's last time round, I'll accept that, of course. Your bonuses are 3 more recent television series developed from films. Give the series title in each case. Firstly,
Fargo.
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 Fargo is correct. Secondly,
Oh,
Is this Westworld?
is that
Yeah, it could be.
Bridge?
Westworld.
That is Westworld.
Westworld is correct.
Yeah.
And finally,
I don't recognize that at all.
What We Do in the Shadows.
correct.
I love Thandie Newton in Westworld.
Which English metropolitan county was the birthplace of the Prime Ministers H.H. Asquith and Harold Wilson and the sculptors Henry Moore and Barbara Hepworth?
UCL Fleming.
Yorkshire. West Yorkshire.
West Yorkshire is correct, yes, I'll accept that.
I need to learn my British counties.
Firstly, a genus of the forget-me-not family with small clustered flowers. Its Greek-derived name means turns towards the sun.
Heliotrope.
Heliotrope.
Heliotrope makes sense.
Heliotrope.
Heliotrope is correct. Small trees of the Moraceae family that bear juicy, edible, dark red or purple fruit are similar in shape to blackberries. What's their name?
Raspberry, cranberry, currants.
Elderberry?
Currant.
No, elderberries aren't that shape.
Currant.
Oh,
No,
it's mulberry.
mulberry. Okay.
Species of the aster family, finally, with spiny leaves and pink or pale purple flowers. The plant is the emblem of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Thistle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thistle.
Thistle.
Thistle is correct. 10 points. I need the name of a planet here. The molecular formula for iodine monoxide is also the name of a moon orbiting which planet of the solar system?
Jupiter.
St. Hilda's Bennett.
Saturn.
No? Points.
UCL Mecca.
Jupiter?
It is Jupiter, you're right.
Nice.
Right, you get a set of bonuses now on Pakistan.
Of course.
Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan, is about 15 kilometres north of which major city?
Karachi.
Lahore, maybe?
Lahore?
Okay. Lahore.
No, it's
correct.
Rawalpindi. Secondly, which major city of Pakistan is about 140 kilometres northwest of Islamabad and around 40 kilometres from the border with Afghanistan?
Maybe you should go Lahore now.
Western.
Abbottabad?
No, it's Peshawar. And finally, which major city of Pakistan is about 1,400 kilometres southwest of Islamabad on the Arabian Sea?
Karachi.
Arabian seaports of Pakistan.
I don't know what the coastal city.
Faisalabad.
No, it's Karachi. 10 points for this. In ballet, what term denotes both the dancer's leap or jump and the point attained in such a leap? More generally, it means a particular height or altitude above a given level.
UCL Mecca.
Jetty?
No?
It's what I would have guessed, but
No, it's elevation. Common around the British coast and named in part after a shellfish. Which large wading bird has black and white feathers and a
Oyster
reddish
catcher.
bill and
St.Hilda's
legs?
Bennett.
Oyster catcher.
Correct. The popliteus is a flat triangular muscle at the back of which joint?
The knee. Okay.
I don't know.
I think the shoulders.
I'm
Shoulders the smart
Perhaps we
bet.
do. The knee.
The knee is correct. Curler's disease results in the inflammation of which bone of the ankle, named after its approximate resemblance to the shape of a boat?
Ratus.
Come on.
I'm not
I love his come-ons.
Pass.
That's the navicular bone, or tarsal navicular.
Navicular, navel.
What short word follows rotator to give the name of
Cuff.
a part of the
Wait,
shoulder that is
wait.
commonly injured? Cuff is correct. 10 points for this. What is the original language of the pre-modern vernacular novels known by the English titles Dream of the Red Chamber, Journey to the West?
UCL Kiso.
Chinese. Mandarin
Chinese
Chinese.
is correct. Mandarin is correct, yes. Which prominent novelist collaborated with Eric Crozier on the libretto for Britain's Billy Budd?
Billy Budd is written by Melville, but I don't know. Anthony Powell?
No, it's Ian Forster. So at the gong, UCL have 145.
Wow, that was close.
St Hilda's Oxford have 140. You just squeaked home. It's goodbye from St Hilda's College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from University College, London.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me.
Jeremy is kind of perfect in this role. I find I like him. I love his little come-ons when people are taking too much time. It seems like such a casual remark, but it's clearly what he says, the one thing he says when people are taking too long. I love that. I'm disappointed that the alma maters of both my parents have lost in the first round. Maybe UCL can make the next round through the relegation process, but yeah, I enjoy this show. I'm beginning to wrap my head around it. I'm beginning to get back into quiz mode, so even if I don't react to these, even if I have a hard time, getting these to clear copyright check, or none of you were watching, I'm still probably going to watch these just for fun, because I like challenging myself with a challenging quiz show, and this definitely fits the bill. It's that nice level where you're not nailing everything. It's not too easy, but you're getting enough right answers that you don't feel like it's a complete waste of your time. I do not know how I come up with some of my guesses. I could not tell you why I thought that was Prokofiev. I barely know that Prokofiev is a composer, but this is why I was good at trivia. Is I just have a trap of a mind, and I don't know how I know things, but things get stuck in there, and I'm good at getting them out quickly. I don't have a better explanation for it than that, because music certainly is not my forte, especially classical music. Art history, I am not an art historian. My brother is a PhD in art history and a museum curator, but all I know is basically what I may have picked up from him in conversation. I've never studied it myself. I think what I'm really good at is figuring out quiz questions and seeing where they're going and guessing smartly. Like, I don't always know the answer, but I'm a very good guesser. But this makes me wish I was back in university and in the UK, because I would have been all over something like this. Now, here's a question: like, how are the teams formed? Does the college have a campus-wide competition, narrowing it down to these four, or are they just a group of friends that said, "Oh, we should form a team for our college and we should try out"? Let me know, because I'm sure some of you know the answer to that, but I'd be all over getting in on something like this back in the day. I remember being so disappointed when I was in high school and university. Jeopardy was easily my favorite show. I would watch it religiously on a daily basis, and they had a high school tournament and they had a college tournament every year, and I was so devastated because at the time they would not take Canadians. It wasn't until years and years later that Canadians could participate in Jeopardy. They used to be an Americans only back when I was best at it. I could get myself back into shape for it now, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I should get back into watching Jeopardy. I haven't seen it in quite a while. You know, it's like I don't have cable anymore. I don't watch regular television. I live on YouTube now, but maybe I should start refreshing myself and try out for one of these quiz shows one of these days. I know a lot of you are saying I should put together an Only Connect team. If any of you live in Cardiff and are looking for a third, let me know. But yeah, no, these are a ton of fun. I hope you guys have some fun watching them with me. If you like what I'm doing here on the channel, by all means, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments. The more engagement, the better for the channel. And if you're inclined, by all means, check out my Patreon as well. The link is in the description below. And until next time, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.